Hi everyone, welcome to episode 33 of This Home Spun Life, take 2. Yep, second time I'm trying to record this. My other camera decided to throw a hissy fit, and so it is not going to be helping out today. So I'm using the laptop. Let's hope that you can hear me well. I know the lighting is off because it's a very cloudy day here in South Florida. It is Sunday, April 12th, 2015. My name's Lorianne. I don't even remember if I told you that. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's a very overcast day. We're expecting a lot of rain. So the lighting is kind of weird. I'm sorry about that. I don't know. I'm not used to using this camera, so I don't know how I can adjust it, if I can adjust anything on here. So we're just gonna go blind and hope it all works out. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for all my returning viewers, and thank you for whoever is trying this out for the first time. Thank you for checking out This Home Spun Life. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy. Something new I'm going to be trying today is I would like to transcribe what I talk about this episode. I'm going to see if I can type it all up and put it on the website, thishomespunlife.com. Make it available for you to see what I'm talking about and check out links and all of that. So let's see how that goes. That means I have to keep my rambling short. I don't want to type a whole long situation here. So to get started, what I'm wearing, this is the foliage hat that I finished out of hand spun a couple of weeks ago, or over a month ago. This is the name, foliage hat. You can find it on Ravelry. I believe it's a free, I almost said free recipe. It's a free pattern, so you can check that out on Ravelry. And I'm going to be fiddling with myself because I can see, darn it, I can see myself in the laptop. Anyway, of course, I won't be able to flip the orientation and show you my desk, so I'm going to have to hold everything up and hope that you see it well. So let's get started, huh? Let's start with finished objects. I can't remember if I had shown you this pair of socks. Ooh, okay. This pair of socks in the last episode, I really can't remember. But these were done with Lion brand sock ease in the lemon drop colorway. I don't know if you're going to get the true colors on here, but it's a kind of an egg yolk yellow with stripes of a deep green, brown, bright yellow, and some white, kind of like undyed areas. So I finished these in March. There you go. That looks more like it. I finished these in the early or mid part of March, and excuse me. They're short. You know, normally I make my leg and cuff area longer than this, but I just wanted to try some shorty socks this time. No, I haven't woven in the end. I will do that. I will do that. Just haven't done it yet. So I did a toe up, fish lips kiss heel, and kind of short. So that's that, and I have a whole bunch left. The next finished object is the March socks, take 2. Second pair of March socks. Ooh, you're not really getting that, are you? Let's change the lighting a little bit. Okay. I don't know. But these are, again, Lion brand sock ease, and this is the sour ball colorway. Can you? Okay, maybe you can see that. So it's a bright, vibrant green with stripes of purple, bright orange, a chocolate brown, and a little bit of a lighter, kind of like a khaki green going through it as well. So these I started as soon as I finished the other socks, and I wanted to see if I could do 2 socks in 1 month. I almost got there. I finished these a couple of days ago, so it was the beginning of April, but I still call them my March socks. I could not wait to get these darn socks off the needles. I was so sick of them. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound like that, but I was done with these socks. It's not the socks, obviously, because I've done this type of construction before. It's the yarn. The yarn is not the softest in the world, obviously. It's just wool and nylon. It was not soft. I was doing these on size 0 needles, and I needed to get them off. I needed to be done with them, and move on to something softer. So again, toe up, fish lips, kiss heel. These are much shorter. These are the shortest socks I've made. It's about 1 inch or 1.5 inches from the heel. Then I did the ribbing, and I was done. So these are still damp. They're fresh out of the washing machine. I wanted to see if this would help to soften them up a bit. It feels a little bit softer. Yeah, it feels a little bit softer, but we'll see. I'm just glad they're done. And I have a whole bunch of that left over. Could make another pair of socks out of this. I'm not going to. Probably going to end up putting these in my sock yarn blanket if I ever get back to doing the sock yarn blanket. So yeah, so I got these done. I haven't touched socks since. I needed a break. I needed a huge break. I was so done with these socks. So I finished those. What I also finished was some weaving. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen the 2 scarves that I did. This is the first pattern, and this is the second pattern. Okay, yeah. So I'll talk about each individually. So this is the first one that I did on the loom. I have a Kromsky Harp rigid head loom. Darn, yeah, rigid head loom. And I wanted to try doing different patterns on it by manipulating the warp threads a little bit differently. This one is kind of like straight up and down, basically. What gives it the unique design is the color arrangement. So I used, for the warp, this company called Painted Desert, and it's a fingering weight yarn. You can see it's like a tonal blue with bits of purple and pink and some tealy greens. I love this portion here where it's kind of marbled. I don't know if I can even show that to you, but you can see the different colors plied together. So it's a fingering weight yarn, 437 yards. It doesn't have a color name, it's just color 07. So I used 1 ball of this. I also used 1 skein of this color. Oh, that's gorgeous right there. If I can, yeah, that's gorgeous. This is Valley Yarns Charlemont. That's their fingering weight. And it's superwash, merino, silk, and polyamide, which is kind of like nylon, or is nylon. And it's a gorgeous color, 437 yards fingering weight. And those two went really, really well together. Really well together. And so I, alternated the colors on the warp and on the weft. So the warp is the threads that go vertically. That's what is tied on to the the machine. And then the weft is the ones that go this way. It goes side to side. So I basically just alternated those colors, and it came up with this really pretty design. I don't remember the name of the pattern. I'm sorry. I found it in a book, and so I just tried that. It was very fiddly because of the fact that I was doing three passes for each color. So in order to manage the yarns on the edge, it was really hard, and it made the edges very icky looking. That's the technical term. They were icky looking, but it's very soft. Let me tell you, I took notes on what the results I got. So let me tell you how it went. So for this, when I first took this off the loom, it measured 45 inches long with 6-inch tassels and about 11 inches wide. That's before washing, fresh off the loom. Put this and the other one in the washing machine because they are super washable. And I also wanted to see how the washing process would affect how the threads look, because fresh off the loom, they were very separate. You could see the separate threads going both vertically and horizontally. And then after washing, hopefully you can see the threads have really come close together. It's formed a fabric. You can really see that they're very interwoven. And it has formed a fabric. So because of that, there is shrinkage. After washing, it measured 42 inches long. I cut the tassels to be 5 inches, and the width averaged out to be about 10 inches wide. I had a lot of variation with my tension on this. There are areas that are about 9.5 inches wide. There are areas that are like 10.25 inches wide. So, I mean, basically average out to 10 inches. So this was the first section of warp. I really love the way this came out. It is gorgeous. The second section of warp, I did this pattern, and hopefully you all remember this. I was posting progress on Instagram. So the first section I did a twill, straight regular twill pattern here using the warp and weft threads again, same yarn going back and forth. Then I switched over to this pattern here, which is called the dissimilar squares twill. It's a variation of a twill pattern. I love the way this came out. It's gorgeous. And you can, one of the great things is that you can see the variation in the warp even through the pattern of the weft. So the gray yarn here is Patton's Croy Socks in the flax colorway. It's a brown, gray brown, however you want to put it, a warm color. So I really like the way this came out. So let me tell you my notes on that. Fresh off the loom, this measured 50 inches long. It had, wait a minute. It had 5 or 6 inch tassels. Because this was at the end of the warp, it was kind of messy. And it measured between 9.5 and 10.5 inches wide. Again, I had variance in how good I was at keeping the same tension. So it was between 9.5 and 10.5 inches wide. After washing, it measured 47 inches long. Tassels, I think I rounded it off to be about 5 inches. I if not 4.5 to 5 inches, and about 9.5 inches wide. It kind of evened out to that. So one thing that happened with this scarf is it started off very the pattern was really easy to see. I was trying to keep it very even. Towards the end of the scarf, I got tired. Got tired of it. And I started beating the warp threads a lot tighter than I had been before. And you can see it's hard to make out the pattern. The pattern's there. It's just muddled because I was beating it tighter. I was going faster, and because I really just wanted to get it off the loom. And as you can see, it's all messed up. It's very hard to see the pattern on this. So that's a lesson learned. Be consistent with your process and you'll get nice results. I wasn't, so that's what happened. And of course the 12 pattern here. Another thing I had to do, I was hand manipulating the warp threads. Like I said, I have a rigid heddle loom. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to just use the rigid heddle, go up and down, which is basically what I did on the first scarf. I wanted to try something different with this, and so it took a long time. It also tried my patience a lot. It's not something I would recommend anyone who has a rigid heddle to do, because it's a slow process and it's cumbersome. It's doable, but it's cumbersome. I would suggest people just vary their colors and do the typical tabby weave. So that's just me. I'm a glutton for punishment. I would love to have a table loom or even a floor loom with multiple shafts and get those really pretty patterns. But I don't have the money for that right now. So I'm going to continue to fiddle with the rigid heddle as I have it and make different designs with it. So I'll show you what's going on later on. But yay, I have 2 scarves and I'm very happy, and they're very squish, very squish. So that's it for weaving. Let's move on to what I'm currently working on. So works in progress. I am still working on my Salix shawl. Salix shawl from Knit Picks. Remember, I'm doing this for myself as part of our cozy along. If you're taking part, you can tag your projects with the tags that hopefully I will put along the bottom of the screen. Hopefully. Put it on Instagram, put it on Ravelry so I can see what's going on. So I am using, on the body of the shawl, I've finished 1 whole repeat of the body. Probably about halfway through the 2nd repeat. This is a long-term project. I knew that coming in. I knew I wasn't going to finish, but I did push. I really wanted to. And everything ends on April 15th. So if you want to be entered for the 2 pattern books that I have up as prizes, post your pictures on Ravelry or Instagram. I think Instagram would be easier now, using the tags that I'm going to put up so that I can just check it from there. I had not created a thread on Ravelry, so put it on Instagram. This is Knit Picks. Ooh, that's not helping. This is Knit Picks palette yarn in the Aurora Heather colorway. And you may not be able to see a difference in the... And I'm in the middle of a row. Darn it. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Maybe you can see the pattern. Yeah, you can see the pattern. This is the body of the shawl. This is in the Aurora Heather. Let me find the middle so you can kind of see what that looks like. Lord, please don't let me lose any stitches. Please don't let me lose any stitches. Hopefully you can see the middle here coming up. The edging here is in bittersweet heather, and as I said, this is the Aurora heather. It's coming along. The great thing about this pattern is that you start with the longest area, and it gets narrower as you work on. So it should be quicker as I get to the end. You can see the picture here. It's a big girl. It's a big girl. So it's gorgeous. I made the one for my mom. I loved it. She loves it. So I wanted one for myself. So it's coming along great. I'm using US 5 3.75 millimeter circular needles, and it's moving along. So if I can fit that back in the bag, that would be good. So that's one knitting project. I realized after I finished my socks that Mother's Day is coming up in May. Excuse me while I take a drink. Mother's Day is coming up in May. It's currently April, and I had not thought about what I was going to get my mom. So I figured, I was trying to figure out what to knit for her. I was thinking about making an Afghan or a sweater or something like that, because she's always cold. And I settled on, finally, the idea of remaking the Bailey's Irish Cream cardigan. Remember, I made it for myself. Ooh, excuse me. I made it for myself. Yeah, this picture is rubbish. Out of the alpaca yarn. And it grew. And it doesn't really fit anymore. So I figured I would remake it. But make for her, obviously. So anyway, it's by Baby Cocktails, who I believe is Thea Coleman. So what I'm deciding to do for her is I'm holding these two threads double. This is the Loops and Threads Wool Like in the colorway mauve. It really doesn't look mauve-y. It's a wine. It's more of like a wine color. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's a very rich fuchsia type color. I showed it to her. She loves this color, but she doesn't know I'm making something for her. So she loved this color. I'm holding the yarns double, and I am getting gauge. So this is where I am so far. This is the first sleeve. I love the way it's coming out. I did alter things a little bit. The pattern calls for doing the lace detail on the cuff and then moving into stockinette. What I found when I did my gauge swatch is that doing the pattern, the lace pattern here was making this very wide, and my mom has very delicate wrists and forearms, so it was going to basically swallow her whole wrist. It wasn't going to look good. So I decided to just do a 2x2 rib. I used a smaller needle. I believe it was a US 4. No, yes, a US 4 for this part so that it would be nice and tight. And then I went to a US 6. US 6 is a 4 millimeter, right? US 6 is a 4 millimeter to do the body of the sleeve. I am getting gauge. It's averaging out to gauge. There are times when it's a little bit tighter and times when it's a little bit looser, but it's moving along great. I love the way the fabric feels. It is so soft and squishy because I'm holding the threads double, as you can see, 2 threads. So I like it. I think this is going to be so warm, and I think she's going to love it. The fabric's working out great. And so this is her Mother's Day present. If I can get it done by Mother's Day. When is Mother's Day? Is that the middle of May or something? She may get it in June. Who knows? I started this like 2 or 3 days ago. So I have like 4 inches left on this one sleeve. And then I get started on the other sleeve, and then I can move on through the body. So Again, this is the Bailey's Irish Cream. The baby cocktails is a paid for pattern on Ravelry. Go check it out. That's the knitting. I think that's all I'm knitting. I am back to the spinning. Finally back to the spinning. Before I talk about wheel things, let's talk about oh dear. Let's talk about spindle things. I'm just unwinding this a little bit because it's not very neat. Watching paint dry. But anyway, this is what I've been spinning on my Tibetan spindle, which is a supported spindle. Let me tell you what it is. This is where I am so far. There's not much of a difference on here. I have about an ounce left of this gorgeous fiber. Let me tell you what it is. It's from the Happy Hooves Club. It was part of the fiber club, and I got top. So it's 100 grams, 3.7 ounces of superwash merino and tencel. I think it's 50-50. And let me see if I can find the name for you. It's the Shimmy Toes base. And remind me of Mullering's Campfire at the Ocean. It doesn't have a name. It just says the colors, rich summer colors that remind me of a moldering campfire at the ocean. So yes, it does have those colors. It does have those colors. This is the second portion. Oh my gosh, look at that. Just seriously look at it. So beautiful. What I'm planning to do is I'm finding it a bit more difficult to spin on the spindle right now. I have about an ounce on the spindle, but it's coming out super fine, so it's a lot packed on here. So what I'm planning to do is pull this off, and then spin the other, basically an ounce, and ply those two bits together. So that's what I'm planning to do, maybe this week, maybe today, who knows, depending on what's going on. This is going to be kind of a funny week for me because I may be taking a road trip later on in the week, a long road trip. So I'm not trying to do too much in the ways of getting things started because I'm going to be interrupted. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm planning to separate this portion from the spindle and then spin the other portion on it and ply those two. It's going to be super thin and super long, so I'm happy about that. I have started spinning on the wheel again. Yay. I have missed it so much. I really have. Let me show you what's going on. Hopefully I can insert a picture here of what the braid of fiber looked like before I started spinning. It is from the Trifecta of Awesome Fiber Club from 2012. And it's based on the, shoot, what's the name of this thing? The one with Katniss Everdeen. The Mockingbird. Mockingbird? What the hell is that? Oh, Hunger Games. Hey! Woo! Hunger Games. Dyed up by Keegan Lane Yarns, 4 ounces of blue-faced Leicester. All of that to say, I'm spinning this gorgeousness. This is what it looks like. I'm planning to get socks out of this. So this is what this looks like. This is a much deeper orange than is showing up. but it's variations of green, a little bit of blue. This is really washed out, and coming into orange. It's called As Radiant as the Sun. So I separated it into 3 bits. This is one. This is the other. And the 3rd bit is on the wheel. So I'll show that to you. This is what's left of the 3rd bit. Damn, this back and forth thing is crazy. So you remember my wheel. It's the Heavenly Hand Spinning Company Vespera e-wheel, e-spinner. So you can see the motor and plug there. Like I said, I'm aiming to get sock yarn out of this. It's coming out relatively thin because I haven't spun in so long. It's chunkier than it normally would be, but it's still coming out pretty thin. Here you can see what it's coming out to be. So it's pretty thin. Almost done with the first ounce and a third. I started this yesterday afternoon and it's just been flying because I really missed it. It's been months since I've spun, so I was excited to get back to doing it. Again, I don't know when I'm gonna be done because things may be getting interrupted pretty soon, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Hopefully it'll be available for me to knit with in May. So that's the spinning. What else? I think that's it. So let's move on to acquisitions, basically. Okay, the newest baby added to the family here at This Home Spun Life. Oh, this is so heavy. It's a sewing machine. I have wanted a sewing machine for many, many years. And this year, with some finagling and putting aside and all of that, I finally got this on sale. It's a Singer. This is the dust cloth. It's a Singer. And it's called Singer Brilliance. Oh, I hope you guys can see that. And don't get seasick. I'm sorry. But that's what it looks like. You can see it is, electrical. It has varying stitches on the side there. Sorry. How about I look at you? Look at you through here. Varying stitches is it's a heavy girl. Actually, this isn't a girl. This feels like a boy. It's a very angular machine. Top heavy, broad shouldered kind of machine. So this is the front. It's kind of hard to mess around with right now, so I'm gonna put it on the desk before I break it. I don't want to do that. So my mom had a sewing machine when I was growing up, and she used it to make tablecloths and to make alterations to my clothing, hem things up and all of that. It wasn't like this. No, it's one of those older model. It may have been Singer as well, but it had I think it had a foot treadle. And she did some good stuff on that machine. So ever since I was a child, I've wanted a sewing machine of my own, and finally got it. So I picked up some random bits of fiber. What the hell? Random bits of cloth at Joann's. They have a remnants bin. So I rummaged through the remnants bin and got a piece of fabric. And I spent some time doing various stitches on it just to get a feel of what the machine could do. You know, lots of straight stitches. I had started out with a white thread on top and a black thread on the bottom, which of course shows through, the black shows through. So I switched out. Here's some of the decorative stitches here. What is that? Yeah, decorative stitches here. Lots of different things. I was messing with the tension and all of that. I did like a little hem area here to test that out. So yeah, I'm just playing with it. I'm planning to make some cool things later on. Again, I'm not getting started on anything right now because like I said, things may be changing. I may be moving from South Florida pretty soon. I'll tell you more about that if and when it happens. So because of that, I want to keep things light. If I need to pack, I can do it quickly and not have projects on different bits and pieces and having it hard to pack my car and drive. So yes, I am so excited for this sewing machine. I'm excited to make some wonderful things with it. So that's the first big baby of an acquisition. On the spinning side, I got another bobbin for the wheel. See, I got it on Woolery. It's for Vespera. That's the name, and it's $14. So now I can do a traditional 3-ply, which is why I'm, you know, spinning for socks on the wheel currently. So yay for that. Now let me tell you the difference for weaving. I told you that I have a Kromsky harp. This is the heddle, the rigid heddle for the loom. And what it means when it says rigid heddle is that there are slots and there are, I call them eyes. I don't know what you call these, but you see it's one slot, one eye, one slot, one eye, all the way across. What that means is that when you're threading this, one end goes through a slot, one end goes through an eye. And therefore, all it can do is move the thread up, move the thread down. That's what a rigid heddle does. So you get just basic tabby weaving. By doing the scarves that I've been doing and changing up the patterns and wanting to do other things on this loom, what I did is I bought a reed. This is a reed. And what the difference is there are no eyes. It's all slots all the way across. See that? So this is what's called a 10 dent reed, meaning you can have 10 bits of yarn coming through here per inch. It's measured per inch. So there are 10 slots per inch. And what you can do with this is you can now manipulate each end, each thread, each string through here. So you can now do different patterns and make more intricate things. But along with that, you also need to create your own heddles, your own shafts, your own treadles. And I'll show you more of that when I get into it. I've been so tempted to try and weave something, but again, I want to keep things light. I haven't started on it yet, but I will soon, and I'll let you know what it looks like. So I just wanted to show you what was going on. This is what comes with a rigid heddle loom. This is what it looks like. This is what comes on a typical table loom or floor loom. This is what it looks like. So I wanted to show you the difference. So there's that. That's for weaving. What else has happened? Back to spinning. I got the final shipment. This is a long one, isn't it? I got the final shipment from my Happy Hooves club. I in the message here, Jan was saying that she has to close the club. She's had some health issues going on, and she needs to be able to focus on that as well as focus on her regular business, which I totally understand. So this was the final shipment from the club. Excuse me, and it's called Metal. The colorway is Metal, and it's 50/50 superwash merino and tencel. So gorgeous colors. Look at it. First of all, the shine, right? That tencel is amazing. Look at the shine. And then you come up and you can see the colors. It's while you look at it, let me read what she says. Metals is a blend of iron, silver, pewter, gold, and copper, all combined in this shimmery blend that will produce a truly metallic shine. It's absolutely lovely. Lovely. So, yep, I'm excited to spin this. I've seen someone, at least one person on Instagram spinning it, and it looks amazing. So I can't wait to get into that. I'm sorry Jan had to close up shop, but I understand. Health first. Absolutely health first. And it's good too, because I really was going to cancel anyway. I have been getting, fiber for a number of months, and I also bought some fiber, from different companies. And so I have enough fiber to spin for a year, probably. I have not been spinning, so I needed to put the brakes on what's going on, spin most of what I have, and then maybe join another club or just buy one-off bits when I want it. But I was getting kind of overwhelmed with the fiber I have, and I'm not spinning it. So, and I have some great stuff in there. So it was a blessing in disguise. What else have I acquired? Okay, so that's that. I'm going to show you some things I got from Michael's. I swung by Michael's after work, and I was attacked by the cuteness. Why did I stop in that day? Michael's took all my money. So let me show you. First things first, I was talking about taking notes. This is a notebook I got. Mind, don't pay attention to the smudge there. I forgot I had makeup on the back of my hand and just swoops, and there it went. But I got 2 of these. Let me show you. I got 2 of these notebooks from there. Everything I'm showing you was on sale. So you can see these beautiful spring patterns. This one says love. This one says reflect. I figured reflect was a good one to use for notes on my crafting. So that's what I'm going to use this book for. And the details. It's 120 sheets. It's very thick. Can you hear that? It's a very thick cover. Great paper. It has a separator portion here so you can mark your place. It smells really good. So I got 2 of these. I also got this journal. How pretty is this journal, guys? Seriously. How pretty is this journal? I think each of these came up to $3 or less than $3 each. You can see 150 sheets. The cover is padded. Let me take this off. This is the back. You can see Treasures by Shabby Chic. You can see that there. beautiful roses. I assume they're roses, and it comes with its own pen. So that's the inside cover. Nice sheets, and it has, you know, the little pattern at the top. Very nice, very nice. And this is the pen. So yeah, I think it may have been $3 on sale. It's gorgeous. Like I said, it's padded, so it feels really good. It looks really good. I got one for my mom as well. I think hers was white with the rose pattern. So the gorgeousness, the gorgeousness. So those three. I love notebooks. I love taking notes. I love connecting that way. And then let me show you a couple of other things. Excuse me, these are going to be crinkly. Okay, I'm sorry. There were 3 of these there. Let me show you what they look like. These are what you call cosmetic bags, and they call it cosmetic bag set. Again, each of these was about $3. This is the other pattern. I love this, love this. I love orange. So there's this orange. There's a nice green and white. And then there's this pattern, which has greens, oranges, blues, red. Love this pattern. I've already opened it and started using it. So what it is there's a clear pouch, which has a good amount of space. This is great for a scarf or a shawl. You have this size, which is currently holding, it held my sock project, my March socks. It's currently holding notions. And guess what? This is in there. I didn't even realize it's green too. It's holding a bunch of notions. It could hold, like I said, it could hold a sock project. And this little one, this is a true little notions pouch. So that's what all 3 of these look like. I was so excited when I saw these. Again, about $3 for each package. I don't know how I walked out of Michael's with any money left, but I was looking at a lot of other things. I was like, no, let's just walk away. So I'm excited. Go ahead and check your local Michael's. They may have some of these left. You never know. You never know. But how awesome is that? And the notebooks are really good. They're really good quality. They're very sturdy. They're very pretty. And they're inexpensive. So go check Michael's out. You never know what you're going to find. I'm looking around because that's it, guys. I think that's it. Yay. If you want to keep abreast of anything that's going on with me, always check out Instagram first. I'm there as Home Spun Life. I forgot my name on Instagram. Home Spun Life. On Ravelry, I am home-spun. On Twitter, it's This Home Spun Life without the I, so it's THS, Home Spun Life. We have a group on Ravelry. Search This Home Spun Life. You'll find us there. Come join, come join, come join. Thank you to everyone who subscribed on YouTube. I appreciate it. It's over 200 subscribers, so thank you guys. I appreciate that. The videos will always be there. Like I said, I'm going to try to transcribe this and put it on the blog, thishomespunlife.com. You can find all of that there. I think that's it. I'm so happy I was able to record today because my camera this morning was messing with me. But I'm glad I was able to power through and get this done. Am I missing anything? It's already almost an hour. I don't want to make this too long. Yep, that's it. Just looking at my notes. I think that's it. You guys have a great day, great week, great 2 weeks. I'll let you know what happens if I end up traveling this week. Instagram, just check me out on Instagram. And that's it. Take care of yourselves. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.